What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. This is Web Dev Journey, and today we're going to be talking about authentication still. So the main purpose why we're doing authentication is because everybody has their own expenses, and obviously you just want your own expense and you don't want other people messing around with your expenses. So that's the purpose of authentication, and that's what we're going to be doing, creating private public routes. And in order to do that, we do need a unique identifier for that user. So user number one won't be able to update user number two, and that user number one has a unique identifier. So that way we know that to grab user one information instead of users twos and all that. You already know that this is kind of a staple with when you do authentication, correct? This is a staple. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now, right here, if we actually do log, no, not capitalized, log, I guess I can't, console.log, and we actually log out user, we do get some things back, useful stuff. So let's actually see what's going on, or let's see what are we getting back. We do need to log in because I logged out. Let's do Web Dev Journey. And once you log into the whole process, you should see right here, an object, Q. It stands for Q. You get all of this stuff back. Most of the stuff is kind of useless for our terms, but we do have right here our UID, our refresh token. I'm pretty sure you already know about it. I explained what this is in the previous video. We get our display name, we got our photo URL. And we got our email, email verified, all this stuff. This is the stuff that is what we would want, correct? But for this video, we're going to just be messing around with UID. If you want to create a list or a email list and all that stuff, you would want their email as well. But here's the UID. This is what we're going to get, and this is unique to me. This is actually a unique identifier to me. So we're going to actually grab that, store it into the Redux store, so that way we know that this user is who they say they are. And obviously, when we're dealing with Redux, we do want to create reducers and actions for this kind of stuff. So let's go to our reducers and actually create one here. And I'm going to call it auth.js. And here, our reducer is literally the same thing up here. We get our default state and we just say, what's the case? Oh, if that's the case, then return this. You know what I'm talking about? So right here, exactly, we're going to be doing that. So export default. And we do need to set up a state, which is we're going to set it up as a empty object. And then we need our action coming back. And it's going to be an arrow function. All right, this is where we do our switch statement. None of this should be new. Like I said, we did go over this. Action.type. Oops. Action.type. Our case, we're going to create a login case. We're going to return uid.action.uid. No, colon. Sorry about that. All right, there we go. Let me actually copy this. Copy. I did not know you could actually type in L and it'll give you log out. So log out. We're actually going to return nothing because we really don't care. Once they log out, we really don't care. We want their state to be, we want our state just to be empty. It's just work. It's work related. So default, like I said, we don't care about anything. So we're going to just return state, and that is it. Which our state will be default. It's nothing. Authentication, at this point, we just want to authenticate if it's the user or not. We don't really care. Once they log in, we just want their UUID. That is it. If they log out, who cares about the state, whatever. We don't need anything. We don't care about anything because they logged out. You know what I'm talking about? So this is why we set it up like this. All right, control save this. Now we need to create our actions, and we already have a file for that. And this is going to be our login and logout action. So up above, what I'm going to do is export const login. It's going to equal, and we are going to be passing a UID. Everything is all dependent on how we set our reducer. We're passing in an ID. That's why we get action.uid. So, all right. Type. You already know. Log. If you type faster than me, you should be done already. I'm sorry. I do not type as fast. And we're going to be passing in our UID. Stop it. Get me away from this. I don't care about that. All right. Now I'm just copy this. We're going to do log out, and we're just going to be, that's it. We just get rid of this, and that is it. Like I said, log out, you don't really care what happens. Control save this. Now what we need to do is, since we created a new reducer, we do need to go into our store, budget store, and actually add it in right here. Oh, this thing. Sorry guys, this Thunk is a third-party module. So in my opinion, best practice, I guess, you could actually import third-party modules before you actually import your own stuff. So yeah, I had it down here, so let's just put it up there for now. And we're going to copy this one line because it's going to be a filter. It's going to be auth, and actually let's actually rename it the way it should be, like expense. So I'm just rename this to auth reducer. So auth reducer from auth reducer, and we're going to be adding that down here. I'm just set it as auth and auth reducer, and that is it for our budget store. We already have our reducers now, so I'll get rid of that, get rid of this and our router. In our app, let's actually get in, let's import our login and logout actions. So I'm just do it right here. Import from actions and then auth, and it's going to be log in and log out. Down here, we're going to be getting rid of this and actually dispatching our action from right here, store.dispatch login, and we're gonna send in our user.uid. Same thing down there, so I'm just copy this right there, but instead of login, it's going to be log out, and there, be done with it. Right now, you might be wondering, why are we doing it right here where we dispatch it, and instead of doing it inside of our action? Where's our actions at? Let me see. Right here. Whoa, that's counter. Let me see. Express. Right here, where we actually in our actual, when we dispatch it, we actually right here dispatch the actual action as well for Redux. We're not doing that in here. Obviously, we're actually dispatching it within the app. So why exactly are we doing it? Now, the reason why we're doing it this way is because this callback, this Firebase auth on state change, whatever, this actually gets fired every time you refresh, visit another page and stuff like that. That way we know you're actually who you are. Now, if we did do it inside of the action or our start login, that will only be called once. Once you literally log in, it would log you in, start the login process, right? And then log you in and give you this user ID, right? But let's say, and this already rendered, remember that. This already rendered, okay? So let's say you actually exit out of the browser, come back in, and actually revisit your application. Well, this part right here is not going to run again. And the reason why it's not going to run again is because you're already logged in. You're already logged in, so there's no reason for it to run again. And since this, if we dispatch it from in here, this will never get dispatched. So in that case, we will never know what your unique identifier is. I hope I explained that correctly, or I know I explained it correctly. I hope you understood how I explained it. Let me actually stand up for a bit. I hope you understand how, I hope you do understand it. Sorry about that. I hope you really do understand that. If it wasn't here, then if we got out of the application and then went back in, this will never happen again because we're not signing in again. If we're already signed in, therefore we wouldn't have a UID. Therefore, we wouldn't know what expenses to give back. But since this fires every single time, once you exit, refresh, whatever, this will happen all the time. So this, we would always have your ID or your user ID, right? So that's why we're doing it in here and instead of in here. You just need to know, place your actions where they need to be. So let's actually check if this is actually working or not. Over here, there it is. Over here, you see auth retained undefined during initialization. Let's actually check this out. So something's happening with our reducer. Let's go back in here. Let's go to our reducer. I see. We're not returning nothing. Return right here. Don't forget to return. Sorry about that, guys. It's, if you're hearing the tick, 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 whatever, it's my work. Now let's actually go here, and action must be plain objects. Use custom middleware for async actions. Let's see what's going on here. Let's go to our actions. Damn it! I keep on forgetting. I'm doing a shorthand version of return this. So to do the shorthand version, just do that. If you don't want to do the shorthand version, then literally do return and then whatever. I'm just doing the shorthand version because, and that should, not there, right here. This should be it. This should be it right here. Control save. We shouldn't get any more. Okay, we don't have any problems. Thank God. Oh my God. All right. See, man, these are the problems we come up with. I'm not gonna edit this out. We just come up with problems and we just fix it. So to check to what we're doing, oh yeah, checking if it was happening or not. Let's go to the Redux right here. Reload the page. I forgot that we've never even added our store to the terminal. I mean to the browser, so that way we could actually check what's going on. Well, that sucks. Let me actually go in here. Go to components. We got actually, let's go to provider. App router. Right there. Actually, let's go to home. It takes a bit of time. There's actually another way to actually do this, guys, and it actually gives you the actual what's inside the state. And we haven't linked that up yet, so we have to do it this way, where we figure out where the hell we are and all that stuff. Is it? Let's provide right here. Oh, here it is. We do have our auth right there, and we do have our unique identifier. So we're actually getting it inside of our state or our store, which is good. This is how you could check it. There's an easier way. Damn it. All right. Well, I guess that's another video. Anyways, we do have it coming up, and that's a good thing. And that is it for this video. So I just wanted to provide that unique identifier and add it to the store, adding a new reducer, actions, and doing all this stuff. We're just baby stepping through all this stuff to actually get expenses back for that unique user. Okay, so this is just baby steps on the whole grand plan, or the whole grand scheme of getting expenses for a unique user. That is it. So in the next video, we are going to be going over private and public routes. And then after that, like I said, there's only 2 more videos now. So after that, so it's private and public routes, and then after that, we're going to be going over some private Firebase data, because there is some data in Firebase where we don't want people to actually know about. And also we're going to do data validation and deployment, and that will be our final video. So stay tuned for those guys, and I hope you did learn something today. Yeah, like I said in the previous video, comment down below on what you want me to actually teach you guys or go over. Like the video, please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.